Hi everyone, Piper here from Camp Lantern Creek, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about all the tragic news today in the news regarding the shootings in Florida. I've been getting a few questions from parents asking for some advice, so I thought I'd make this quick video to share it with those who would like it. So the questions I've gotten so far, what information is age appropriate to share? And I will tell you what I tell my staff at Camp Lantern Creek, and that's don't assume anything. Let the children ask the questions and you provide the answers that you can. Some of these questions are going to be very difficult and hard to answer, and you might need to do some research with your child and figure out exactly what information they need. It's hard times, but the worst thing I think we can do as parents is give too much information too soon. We don't know all the answers, no one does. But letting your child ask the questions and providing them with only the information they need at the time can help. The next question I received was, what do I tell my child if they are afraid to go to school? This to me is very tough, and as a mother of 3, it hits home. And what I can tell you is what I said to my children, which was, let's go over what you do know. How prepared are you? Is the school prepared? Let's talk about what they do on a daily basis. Things that your children might actually take for granted. There's a security guard in the front. Oh, I never noticed that. That's right. His name is Officer Bob. I really like him. That helps. Point it out to them. Let them know that when I go in for a meeting, by the way, did you know I have to show my ID and they print out a visitor's badge, or I have to sign in the front office? All these things are information your children might not have, but you do, and that might make them more comfortable going to school. There are some situations where we actually can't make them more comfortable, and this is where you as a parent have to set the example. Don't let your anxieties, if possible, get passed on to your children. We all went through drills, at least I did as a child, in case of nuclear war. Those were scary times for us as children. But we learned what to do with the best information we had at the time. The same situation applies here. It is scary. It's scary for us as parents. Let your children know that you trust the school, and they can too, because we're doing everything we can. You can also tell them how you might be involved in trying to get things changed in the world, made better if you are, or conversations you've had with friends who are doing that. It's a tough time, we all know that. The next question I got was, what if they want to watch the news coverage of it? I think every household and every child is different. Personally, I would limit the information our children are getting, again, by having them lead the questions. If they really want to watch the news, don't hide it from them. They're going to get it somewhere else anyway. The internet, as I say, World Wide Web, it's a very big place. So they can get the information. It's better for them to get it with you or from you than from somewhere else, and make sure it's appropriate information if you can. The next question I got was, what age is it okay for kids to watch news coverage? I can't answer this because every kid is different and every household is different. So if you're in a relationship with your child where you share openly and honestly about everything, then it might be okay for your kid to watch all the news coverage. But if you have a more reserved child who's not so open about sharing their feelings and their fears and their anxieties, or you don't feel comfortable, don't open a Pandora's box. Let them, again, steer the conversations with the questions of information they are looking for. The last one was, I don't let my kids watch news coverage and don't share many details, but they hear it from kids talking about it at school and it scares them. Exactly my point to the previous question. If they're going to get the information, if they're looking for the information, let them get it from you or with you. Help guide them to put this in perspective as much as we can. Look, it's scary. It's all scary. And so we want to protect our kids as much as possible. When they know these things, their innocence is chipped away at. And that's what's so horrifying for us. But we have to do what we can to empower them to be good citizens, to be leaders, to have these conversations. Why not empower our middle schoolers to ask at school, what are you doing to protect us? How do we know we're safe here? Let's teach them to ask those questions. They're important. And what's important is that we speak as individuals with what we know is important to us for our safety, for our health. Everything that is important to you is important to your kids, or will be in time. Anyway, I hope this helps. It's a difficult time, I know, but I wanted you to know that I'm thinking of everybody. I'm struggling with all this information, but I will tell you, at Camp Lantern Creek, we go through drills. We prepare for things like this, and most likely, so does every school in America now. It's sad, but it's true. Give your children a squeeze and let them know that you love them and you care about them, and their safety is of the utmost importance. All the best in these difficult days. Take care.